Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. And in today's videos, we're going to talk about how to maximize your skills, leveling them up, and go over the attribute system and skill specialization system in the game right now for Throne and Liberty. All right, the first thing we want to talk about is how do we maximize our skills, right? Currently in the game, before the Talandri expansion, we can get each skill up to level 5 with the purple rarity. Okay. The purple rarity level 5 is going to be max. You have three different types of skills. You have your defensive skill, active skill, and passive skill trees for every single weapon setup that you currently have. When you look at the three different tier trees, whenever we go to upgrade something, it'll tell you your how many books it takes to consume to attempt to level it up either 10, 20, 30, or 40%. Okay. Now, it is going to be a random chance to go between any of these rarities here to level it up. I currently have 4 books. It takes 3 to roll to get a chance to level up. So with it needing 96% and me only having enough to roll one time, this will not level up this spell. If we look at another spell, this one we can get leveled up. It takes 1 book, 4 of them. We're at 18%. There is a chance that I'll be able to go. So if we hit this one time, we got 40%, just shy of 40%. Now we're at 53% with 3 books left. Let's go one more time. And we got 50%. Look at that. We leveled it up to level 2. Now it is going to take 3 skill books to go from 2 to 3. We don't have enough. How can we maximize this system? If you go in game and go to Stoneguard Castle, or better yet, with the most recent update, you can go to any of the villages. They all have the purple crafters, Vienta Village, Castleton, and the castle. I've just been coming to the castle since day one, so just used to it here. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come over here to the Skills Researcher. The Skills Researcher, you will be able to see you can craft books and materials for the books. The books here, there's going to be your passive skill tree books and your active skill tree books. The defensive skill and the active skills use the active skill tree book, and your passive traits and skills over here use your passive skill books. If you want to maximize this, getting everything to level 1 purple is what you are going to want to do. Once you get it level 1 purple, then you can start the grind to level it up from level 1 purple to level 5 purple. How we can maximize this is your purple books. There's a dissolve feature. Okay. The purple books, when I come here, they're all in my bank. Let me craft one here. So, for instance, this precious active skill book. Of course, I have some materials. I'm going to craft one of them. Okay. The materials it costs to craft one purple skill book are far less than the materials it costs to craft 10 blue books, but the dissolve feature allows you to dissolve this for 10 blue books. So realistically, do your normal farms, get your normal materials, make 20, 30 blue books, level up the spells in blue. You can do the same thing vice versa, or not vice versa. Same thing from going from blue to green as well. It is a 10-to-1 ratio. When I dissolve this, now I have 10 blue books. And the good news is whenever you're done, if you have any extra blue books back, yes, you can waste some of the materials, but it is 15 blue books to go back to 1 purple book. If you farm your materials, you do your open world dungeons, you will get enough to at least get everything to level 1 purple, which is base epic. That's where you want to start. Then you can start to grind with your most used abilities to get them to level 5. Same thing with the passives and your defensive. Next thing we're going to talk about in this one is your skill specializations. Okay. The skill specializations, how this tree works is when you have a specific build, each spell that you have for that build, for instance, I am Wand Dagger, you are going to get a 100 skill specialization points. Okay, let me take off a few here. You'll get 100 skill specialization points. When you want to buff an ability or enhance an ability, you can go to that ability and it'll tell you different buffs or traits that can enhance that ability, but it'll also tell you how many points it's going to consume.
The better the effects. Trust me on this.
It'll tell you how many points it's going to consume, and it'll just take it from your 100 pool. Now, if you're following a guide, some of the skill specializations will synergize with other ones, so you definitely want to 100% follow the guide, but you want to maximize it with also the skills that you're using. For instance, I don't use Clay Salvation on my Wand Dagger build, so it is absolutely pointless for me to have any of these points selected here. If you really want to min max, getting as low remaining skill points as possible is going to be the best thing that you can do. For instance, like here, I can increase the duration of my Blessed Barrier, but I have 2 remaining. On my DPS build, I like just giving it buff damage, have 0 left. This one is pretty self-explanatory. Just make sure that you're buffing the abilities that you're actually using
Trust me on this.
and not wasting any of your skill points on unnecessary items or skills that could counteract a different spell. Keep that in mind. Follow your build. It is pretty self-explanatory from there. Last thing I would love to talk about in this video, which ties all of your build together, leveling up your skills and everything, are your stat points. Okay. The stat points on your character are right over here. You have strength, dexterity, wisdom, perception, and fortitude. Fortitude is the newest one. Each one is going to give you different stats. Strength, for instance, will increase your health, damage reduction, and your heavy and increase your heavy attack chance.
But some skills can make it rain or turn day into night.
Dexterity is going to increase your crit chance, your bonus damage. It can give you some movement speed, but it's also going to increase your evasion. So keep this in mind for your evasion builds. Wisdom is going to increase your max mana, your debuff duration, and your cooldown speed. It also gives you slight mana regen and slight base damage, as do all for slight base damage. Perception is going to increase your buff chance or your buff duration, your hit chance, your range, and slight CC chance. A lot of people you will see in PvP are running quite a bit of perception because you want to stack hit chance to be able to land your abilities on other mobs or other players. And the last one is fortitude, which is going to increase your endurance. So for the endurance defensive builds, magic defense, and heavy attack evasion. This one also will increase slight CC resistances. So fortitude is going to be your high defensive trait that you are going to want to focus on if you feel like you're going nowhere in PvP. Now, when you look at any piece of gear, gear also will give you your stats. So you do want to kind of synergize it off of the build you're going with to maximize the stats. And you don't want to leave certain traits unlocked, right? So I don't want to sit here at only 49 strength when 50 strength will get me the 100 extra heavy attack chance. That's something to keep in mind. You want to make sure that you hit some of these thresholds to get the extra achievement effects as well.
But some
All right, guys, that was just a breakdown of your skills, how to level them up, the skill specialization, and your stat points. If you want to go a little bit more in depth, I will have more builds on my channel, some more guides. You can also check me out live on twitch.tv/Tedamore1 and here live on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern every single night. Uh, Also, almost forgot about it, but shout out to my TikTok. I'm live there as well, 8 p.m. Every single night. So come check it out on one of those three platforms. If you have any more ideas or you want to know anything else about this game, let me know and I will make a video about it. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.